Hi guys, welcome to another Zen pop-up. So in this Zen pop-up, what we're going to look at now is links to another language site. So we're going to basically create a link, and it's going to go to, in this case, the question was asked whether someone is actually creating an English site and they're actually duplicating for a French site as well. So they've got two sites, one English, French, and I want to link between the two. Now it really doesn't matter for this example that I need to use the link, because you can link anywhere. Like I could put a French flag on there, for instance. I could link to Google. You know, the linking's the same. So how can we do this inside the site? So I'm going to quickly share my screen. Hold on a sec, and I'll just show you a few different ways that you can do it, because there's not just one way. There's a few different ways that we could do this. Alright, so first one we're going to look at is just the standard navigation. So I'm going to jump into screen share now. You can see my screen, and I'm going to click the edit button here. Now what we're going to do is we're just going to basically put a link. So we're going to put a drop down. We're going to call it languages, and then we're going to drop UK in there, and obviously French. Now you probably want to drop just French in there, and then they can jump to the French site, and on the French site you can have language, and it can have the UK, and it can link to the UK. Now in this example I'm going to put both on there just because it just saves me doing it. So inside here I can come into the dynamic header menu. Now this is a dynamic header menu, so we are limited with what we can do. Like we can't drop in new rows in there, put a French flag or an English flag. Now if you had your own custom header, of course you could do whatever you like, but we're sticking with the dynamic header, because remember, if you change the dynamic header in one place, it will ripple through every pages where that dynamic header is placed. So we're going to go into here, and we're going to click the settings for the dynamic header row. I'm going to come into the menu down here. We're just going to select here, and I'm just going to put in here languages. Now I want this to be a drop down, so we're going to put it in like that. And for the action, I want drop down and visible to all. Okay, so you can have that visible to logged in or logged out users, and click save to that. So that's going to create a basically a placeholder for our drop down. So now I'm going to do the drop down in here. I'm going to do UK, and then we're going to go and select go to link, and then of course you would pick the link of your site. So in this case I'm just going to drop into our Zen pop-up site. You can also open this up as a new tab if you want. So I'm going to click save to that, and then I'm going to create a new drop down. So in this one I'm going to choose French in here, so French, and we're going to select here, and of course then you drop your link in there for that site as well. So I'm just going to click, let me just make this the tutorial site, so you can see, so it's going to the tutorial site, but obviously it would go to your site if you've got it. Okay, and for this one I'll just open it up as a separate tab so I don't lose my tabs. Okay, now I click save, and I click save in here, and you can see I've got the language tag there. So I'm going to jump into incognito. I'm going to test it. So the French one should jump to the tutorial site, and the UK one will stay with the UK. And so we're going to go to incognito window. I'm going to come into here, and you're going to have the little drop down come up. Inside here you've got French and English, so I'm going to click the French one, which we know is going to go to a tutorial site. So bang, we need to put the whole URL in there for that. So that's not good. Let me just select it, copy it, and go and just adjust this quickly. So this is why you always need to test. Let's drop that in there. It's got the full URL now. Click update, click save, jump back to my incognito window, refresh, and now it's going to go to the tutorial site. Bang. And that's how you can do it. So that's a really easy way of doing it. You can have languages in there and just drop those into there. But you asked the question, can you do it with, like, put a flag in there or something? Now, not into this dynamic header, but you could if you had a custom one set up. But what you could do is you could go in and drop an empty block. You'd have to do this on each page you want this to show up on, but you could actually drop a custom block into here, and you could move it up so it's at the top. And now I could come into here, and I could grab something like a 100% width. Then I could drop a, let's drop a third in there, fourth row in there, and then I could drop an element in here. So I could actually go and grab a flag that I've actually craftily created on my desktop. So I have a UK one. This is 60 pixels width, by the way, if you want to know. So I'm just going to go in here, grab this. It's not the best image in the world, but we'll just click upload without crop. It's going to go in there. And for this one, in this little box, I'm going to put another one in there, which obviously is going to be my French one. And these are exactly the same size as each other. Make sure your images are the same size so they all line up correctly. So I can upload without crop in there. It's going to drop in there. Now I can just move this along. So it's a little bit closer to each other there. And I could even reduce the size down if I wanted to, you know, make it a bit smaller. This is just to show you. I'm also going to bring up this. I'm going to bring up this. Drop an element in there. So this is basically how you could do it. So I'm going to go in here so you could spend a lot more time. Languages, and that in there. And I've got something like that. Now I can link these because I can go into the edit. I can go into here, so I can drop the link on, click go to, and then I could drop in the link there. Click save. And for the French one, I could do the same. So, oops. So for the French one, click, I would drop the link in there as well. So now I've got links dropping through. Now we can make this even better than this because it is a bit rubbish at the moment. So I'm going to bring this down. Let's make this a bit bigger. Let's grab this one, make it a bit bigger there. Make it really small. I think I'll take this whole row and align it all horizontally right. That's better. I don't think I can go any further in on that. And I'm just going to make sure that's right up the top. And that looks quite good. So let's click save. So this is another way that you could do it. So if we come into this now and I hit the refresh button, we're going to have something like that, and of course that could link through. So you can either put that on the home page or put that into the page itself. Now the other way to do it, as I said, there's so many different ways to do this stuff, is you could have it opening a pop-up. So I could design a pop-up. So I'm going to go back into this one. Let me just delete this top row out because I think you got the idea. Obviously you save that block out and drop it into each page, so I'm going to redo it. But I'm going to come into here now and I'm going to go to the menu that I set up with a drop down, and I'm going to delete these out. So I'm just basically going to create this as a pop-up. So I'm going to go into the language now and I'm going to edit the language, and I'm going to say we want it to oh no, oh maybe I can't do it like that. I was going to say what you could do, I was going to try and do it in there, which I can, but it's I'm not going to show that today. Let me just delete that out. What you could also do is you could have the front page. So on the front page in here, you could set up some flags on the page. So when they hit the home page, they can choose French or they can choose English. And again, you can use those images and link straight through to each of the sites. Now, the other way you could do it is after a timed response, you have a pop-up. So if I go to the pop-up here, I could change the design out and put a flag. So if I go into designs here, I'm looking for just a very simple design, something like that. And I can then go in here and put in here, choose your language. And then I could put inside here French. I'm going to delete the form out. I don't want the form, it's just to choose your language. So guys, if you're using pop-ups and you didn't realize that you could actually use it to just create messages, then you are missing something. Of course, I can go in there and change the background image as well. There's a background image in there. Let me just make this let's just put it into like an orange or something. Just delete out that background image, background color. Okay, and let's go into here now, and I'm going to chuck 2 rows in here. So I'm going to just go 2 rows. So we are getting there, we're building it up. Oh, here we go. Sometimes you get this happen. Go back a couple. So I'm going to say on landing. Okay. Let's just have it bounce in. Okay, choose your language, and then I can go into here. Can be fiddly with these blocks, and I could choose French. And let's do a little line. And English. Let's try that. And then I could link this through here. So I could select this text, and I could drop the URL in there. I'm just going to use that. And then I could do the same for that one. And now I've got this to pop up. So let me just test it. As soon as we land on this, bang, this comes up. Choose your language, French or English, and you click that. Or you can, of course, if you're happy with that, you can just click close to it. So that's another way that it could work as well. So it's finding the way that's going to be best for you to actually get that to work. Now, I'm pretty sure that I can put 2 images in here as well. I'm not sure why it's not letting me do this. Could have something to do with the spacing. So this is what I tend to do, is play around with these things. So I've done this before in the past, and I can't get the block to come up. So I might have to find a solution to that, but you could put the flags in there. I know you can do it. I'm having, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to delete everything out. It's good you're seeing a bit of troubleshooting here. Yeah, so it might be something to do with the design, because I've done this before. Let me try and choose a simpler design, or choose something like that. I've got a two column one there. That would work. No, I'm not able to put that in there. Oh, that's a shame. So you can use text in there. You've seen how we can do it. I'm pretty sure that I can find a solution to why the 2 rows are not going in there. I might talk to Dev about that. So it's always good to do things live, because sometimes you don't know what's going to happen, and you might encounter a problem and you think, oh, that could do with being sorted out. So that is our Zen pop-up. So that was for Marina. So hopefully you found that interesting. It should get you started. If you're going to go the pop-up route, try and find a solution to put that in there. I could drop HTML in there, but I don't want to start using code and things like that inside of these Zen pop-ups. So that is our Zen pop-up for the day. I hope you liked it, and Yes, I will be back soon. Just a little bit of a heads up for you as well. I've sent Natalie. No, Natalie, I did the Zen pop-up the other day, and we're taking her right through. She's coming across from Teachable to Zenler and migrating her courses. So we're following her whole progress. So I've just sent her a sheet. So we'll be doing a Zen pop-up this week, and we'll be going through what I've asked her and other things and what's going to happen and the process behind it as well. So it's going to be a really interesting one for you guys to see. Eventually, all the ones I'm doing with Natalie, I'm actually going to put them all together. So it'll be a whole kind of course following the progress right the way through, including the build as well. So it should be really good for you guys to see. So I am going to log off for the day, and I will see you all very soon. Take care. Bye.